In this video, I'm going to show you how to access SSH using Metasploit. I showed you how to access using the command prompt, the terminal, but now I will show you how to access it using the Metasploit. The first thing we are going to do is to search for the module that will allow us to connect to Metasploitable Machine. Let's type here search, and we need to type here SSH, only that. And as you can see, when we access because we knew the password, because during the brute force was discovered that the Metasploitable machine were using this password. Username and password was the same. Let's access it using this password. And also I will show you how we can brute force, like we don't know the password, and we will provide the usernames and the passwords. For that, we are going to use an auxiliary. First thing we need to do here, we need to look for this module right here. Don't worry about the rank right now at this stage. Just scroll up and look for this number 46. As you can see here, 46. We need this auxiliary here, auxiliary scanner ssh underscore login. Okay, and the rank is normal. We need this one here. You can use this number as a reference. What we are going to do, we are going to copy this module. Just right click and copy selection, and down below you need to type this. If you want to use any module, the first thing you need to do, you need to type this command use, and after that you can paste the module. Okay, let's paste the module. Yes, this is the syntax. Every time we want to use these modules, we need to type use space and type the path of the module and hit enter. As you can see here, we are now using auxiliary scanner ssh login. After that, the first thing we need to do, we need to see what that module requires from us to be able to connect to the SSH on the target machine. To do that, type this command options and hit enter. Here we go. So here, module options, we are seeing all the things we need to set to be able to use this module. First thing here, you have some names, you have some options here we are going to use. I will explain you about some of them. Here we have the current settings, and also we have the required one. Some are optional, but some are required. For example, we have here this one, brute force speed. We need to specify the speed. If we don't change this number, this module will use the default one. The same for this option here, but here we need to specify the target because the current settings, as you can see, we don't have nothing here, passwords, files, and so on. All right, so we have these options. We need to pay attention for the required ones. Okay, the required one that we don't see any information here in this column, current settings. For example, we have these three, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to look for these four here, four options. To start, as we well know, my target machine is using the IP Metasploitable is using 246 as the last octet. So what I'm going to do here, first I can come here, this one, the speed, I will not change this, I will leave this one. Okay, is required but is set by default here. So if I want to change something here, I will do this, and make sure you read this information. It goes from 0 to 5. We cannot use above 5. Okay. For example, let's change this number. To change, we need to use this option set. Every time we want to use these names, those names here, we need to use set. This is the command to set the configuration. After set, we need to type the name. Okay, in this case, let's say set brute force speed, and after that we need to specify the speed number. And remember that the speed goes from 0 to 5. So let's put here 4 and hit enter. Okay, brute force speed 4. So it is set. If you will type here show options, you will see that the number was set to let's move forward. So the next thing we are going to change here, we are going to look for these options here. We need to set, for example, here error hostess. Error hostess is where we will provide the hostess, all the host. To do that, always let's type set, and then we need to type this name here, error hostess, and we need to provide the target IP or host name. In my case, it's this one, and I will hint enter. Great. Error hostess, this is the number. And the other thing I need here, the port, the SSH protocol runs on port 22. So I will not change this one. I will leave this. We need to set the password. Okay, here we need to set the password, specify password to authenticate with. Or let's type set password, and I provide the password. Enter. I have the password, and also I need to provide the username. Set username. I'll provide the username. Let's type show options to see what we set so far. Here we have the host name, the port is set, we have here the username, and also we have the password. With these options here, I can connect now. So now what is the next step? So now that I set all of this information, what I need to do is to run. Just type run and hit enter. Here we go. As you can see here, as you can see, brute force, okay, I have here success. It means that I was able to connect to this target using the port 22 and the username and password, okay, and I succeed. Scanned one host, okay, completed, and auxiliary mode execution completed as well. So now what I can do when I connected to this, as you can see, this information is very important. SSH session 1 opened. It means that during this process, when I ran the command run, one session with the target machine was opened for me. So how can I see that? To see the sessions opened, what we need to do, we need to type here sessions -I and hit enter to see all sessions. As you can see, we have just one session. We can have more than one. Let's retype this command here and hit enter. Okay, so now let's type the sessions again, -I. You see, now we have two sessions and the type is shell. Okay, so it means that we are connected to the target. How can I interact with the target? Now I'm connected, but I want to interact with the target to get information regarding to the target. To do that, what we need to do, we need to type again sessions -I, and we need to specify the session we want to interact with. In this case, we need to select the session we want to use. For example, let's select the section 1 and hit enter. Here, as you can see, is starting interaction with session 1. I'm interacting now. If I type this command uname -a, you will see that it will give me Linux Metasploitable 2 server. So as you can see, I'm already interacting with the target. I can type another command. I can type here ls just to see, okay, vulnerable. I can type pwd, you see here, msf admin, and also I can check, for example, let me go here. I want to show you something. ef config, I want to show you my current IP address. This is my current IP address, my Kali's IP address 245. This is my current. So because I'm connected to the target here, I can type the same command, okay, ef config, and hit enter. As you can see here, as you can see that I'm connected to the Metasploitable machine, you see here the IP, the last octet is 246. So it means that I'm connected to this machine here. I'm connected to this machine here. I can run commands, I can create files, everything that I would be able to do from that machine, I can do from here. In the next lesson, I'm going to show you how we can brute forcing when we don't know the password. Let's suppose that we scan with OpenVAS and we detected that SSH is running, but we don't know the password. This vulnerability is related to the password, but it's related to using the default password. But in some cases, we can just detect that some specific applications is running on the target. Okay, in the next video, I will show you how we can discover if the target is using or not SSH service. Okay, using a module here, I will show you how we can do that. To close this, you can just type exit. As you can see, we closed this session 1, and we can also see again the sections, the open sessions, and we have only the session 2 opened. So that's it for this lesson. In next lesson, I will show you how we can discover if SSH is running on the target instead of using this. For example, you want to do something quick. You don't want to run OpenVS to scan the target. You can just do that using Metasploit. I will show you in the next video. And also I will show you how we can use files to try to guess password, to brute forcing the target. This is all for this lesson. See you in the next lesson.